friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Jackie. I hope you hit that subscribe button to be notified whenever I upload a new video. So by the title of this video, you'll know that I'll be reorganizing my bookshelves, and I'm going to put like the fall decorations. They're already up, but I'm going to do a reshuffle and then also show you every book that I own. So I bought these two bookshelves when I first moved into this apartment 2 years ago, and they're just small little bookshelves from Walmart, but they've become so handy. I love seeing my collection grow from the beginning all the way until now. I remember when just this side of the bookshelves was just my bag collection, and then the rest was just like 2 shelves of books. And now I have to do a reorganization because I am running out of space in these bookshelves. I do have cabinet space in the living room, which is now like my TBR shelf and like books that I'm currently reading. So we'll go out there at the end of this video and I'll show you that. It's probably like late now, so not very good lighting, so I'll probably film that clip tomorrow afternoon, but we'll talk about that later. Let's focus on this shelf at the moment. So these right here are my backdrop to my YouTube videos. I love the colors. I love decorating it for every season. My favorites are the fall bookshelves and the Christmas bookshelves because I'll put like a Christmas tree for Christmas time and like fun decorations and pumpkins for fall and Halloween. And I just love decorating this, and I've noticed that I need to do a reshuffle of my shelves, and I thought we could do that together, and so I am going to start that. I did decorate already, but we're going to take the decorations down, do a little like reshuffle. I have to like organize my books. I have books everywhere at the moment. I have books right here on the floor beside me because I just filmed another video. I have books in the living room that are on my TBR shelf, and like more books that I got, and I also have books coming in the mail, I think this afternoon or this evening when the mailman arrives. So yeah, and I'm also waiting on 2 books are being delivered to me next week. One I think is 2 weeks out, and I'm gonna go buy 1 more book at the end of this month that I'm awaiting for. You'll see it, I'll talk about it upcoming here in a second, but grab yourself a fun beverage. We're just going to like reshuffle my books, tell you about everyone that I own, and just have a little book chat. Now, I can show you what the before looks like. So I shot this before I sat down in front of it so you can see the full view. So I have 2, 3 shelved bookshelves, I guess you can call it, and 1 shelf has books that I read and books that I haven't read yet. That's how I split it up, and I have books that are like mixed in, so I'm going to like go through that and see what I've read, what I haven't read. I'm not going to do like my physical TBR yet. I know some people like pull off each and every book off their physical TBR and like show it to you. That's going to be a separate video because this one is just going to be long as it is. So yeah, I'm color coordinating them a little bit. I don't know what my organization system right now, it is like by colors, and I kind of like that aesthetic. I think I'm going to do that with the books that I have read already, and the ones that I haven't I'm going to put together like the series and stuff like that. So I'm going to turn around, I'm going to put you on a tripod so we can like tackle this together. So here are my bookshelves. I don't have a really good angle for all this. I'm gonna try my best, but this bookshelf right here are a lot of books that I read. We have books up on top too that we're gonna move down, and then this is my haven't read shelf. The problem is I have them double stacked as well, so there's books behind there, and on this side there are books, and then we have my bag collection behind it. So I'll have to like start moving my bags out of my bookshelves finally, because I have more books and my bags will just have to go in a closet or something. I know this is pretty, but I have to like take the ghosts down, unfortunately, because they're going to get in the way and all the fall decorations. This right here I'm really proud of. It is my shelf that I haven't read yet, but they're like all so pretty colors. It goes from black to blues to yellows to oranges to pinks, and I thought that was so cool. And this shelf is all of my book series, and then books right here are just like the light colored books. I am going to move these two, and then I have a bookend, so we're gonna get those and put those on the bookshelf in the living room. As you can see, I told you I have some bags, so I'm going to take out the bags, and then we're gonna put more books on this shelf because this shelf isn't really seen, so I'm gonna put the not so pretty ones down here. The top shelf is my display shelf and like my favorite colored books. Up there we have the Knock 'em Out series, Fourth Wing and Divine Rivals. I've put them up for display for the time being, but I'm going to put them in the shelves down below. The second shelf has all the books that I haven't read, so we're gonna move a lot of these to the second shelf, and then I'm just gonna leave the hardback books over here, take down the ghosties, and then the fall sign. And then we have some Christmas books. We're gonna put those together in the other shelf. This bottom shelf is color coordinated, and I read every single one of these books. So yeah, I have quite a bit of books that I've already read. I don't think I'm gonna change this one up. I feel like I've done a good job with this. So we're gonna probably leave this shelf alone. And I think behind there is just some random junk. So this shelf's not gonna change. I might move maybe the colors around a teeny bit, but obviously it looks pretty good in my eyes. So I'm going to tackle this shelf first and like move everything off of it. And then I know there's books behind there, but those books I've read as well. On this shelf, we have the Anna and the French Kiss series by Stephanie Perkins. So the first book is Anna and the French Kiss. The second book is Lola and the Boy Next Door. The third one is Isla and the Happily Ever After. I got those off of thrift books, and they're hardbound books, so we have that right there. Next to that is another duology. It is To Love Jason Thorne and To Hate Adam Connor. One is published, one is indie published, so that's why they don't match and they don't have the same height, which annoys me. That's why they are back there. After that, we have Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. Next to that is Love in the Time of Serial Killers by Alicia Thompson. Then we have The Roughest Draft by Emily Wibberley and Austin Sigmund Freud. Over here, we have The Summer of Broken Wheels by K.L. Walter. We have Float by Kate Merchant. Two of my favorite books that I read this summer, When in Rome by Sarah Adams, and then the second book, Practice Makes Perfect. Here we have a witch duology, but I think it's going to be a witch trilogy, so I'll have to get the third book when it comes out. And that is Not the Witch You Wed by April Asher. The second one is Not Your Ex's Hexes. I'm technically taking this out because I'm currently reading it for my witchy vlog. Then we have the top shelf, which has all of the books that I just showed you behind there. And then in front of that we have books that I like that are on display proudly because they're very pretty, or they're my favorites. So we have my Emily Henry collection right here, all four of them. Happy Place is taller than the rest of the paperbacks because I have the paperback import edition. When I went to the Philippines, I bought it, and that's why it's paperback, but it just doesn't match the other paperbacks that I have. But yes, we have Happy Place by Emily Henry, Book Lovers, People We Meet on Vacation, and then Beach Read. Next to that we have Lucy Score's Knock 'em Out series. I just got done finishing it and I loved how it was displayed on top up there, so we have them right here. We have Things We Never Got Over, Things We Hide from the Light, and Things We Left Behind. They're the UK published editions, so they're like sparkly and they have like gold foil on them. Then we have my special edition of Stephanie Perkins' Anna and the French Kiss. It is the most beautiful book, so I have it on display at all times with a tiara, my favorite candle, and a rose gold crown ornament that I accidentally left out from Christmas that now just lives on my bookshelf. Then the two pink books beside it, we have The No Show by Beth O'Leary and Kisses and Croissants by Anne Sophie Joan. I don't know how to pronounce it. We have those two. We have another candle with my old hot pink vlog camera. Behind here I have more books. I have It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. The second one, Hook, Line, and Sinker, also by her. Marriage for One by Ella Mays. The Spanish Love Deception by Ella Armas. The Enemy Trap by Marin Moore. The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. Under the Influence by Hilary Bodify. I have two of those, so if you see two, it's because I have two. And then I have two childhood books in here. Stories of Dogs and Lives They Touched. And then the next one is upside down, I guess. It is More Stories of Dogs and Lives They Touched. So yeah, for some reason I have two of those in there, so I already read those as a kid and I guess I just put it back there. So we have that. After that we have the Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy box set by Jenny Hong. Read those already. And then next to that we have If the Shoe Fits by Julie Murphy. I haven't read that. I should pull it out into the books that I haven't read, but it looks fine there, so for now we're gonna leave it. After that we have the 4 Heartstopper books. I know the 5th one's coming out, so probably that is when I'll move If the Shoe Fits and then put the 5th graphic novel in its place. After that we have Elle Kennedy books. So I have the whole set. I have the Off-Campus series, which is The Deal, The Mistake, The Score, The Goal, and The Legacy. I read all of those, loved it. And then you have the Off-Campus series, which is The Chase, The Play, The Risk, and The Dare. So we have all those books right there. I know they have new covers, but I'm just going to stick with those. I have the complete set. I love the series. If I want to read it again, I'll read it on my Kindle, but we have that back bookshelf. So in front of the books that you just saw, we have this one, and I said I was going to put books that I already read on this shelf, but I'm running out of room, so they have to go on this one. And anyways, I'm going to read most of these next month or the next 2 months, November, December, so it's fine, and this is where they're going to be placed after I read them. So we have the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, or whatever that series it's called. It's the spin-off of the Caraval series, which I'm starting in 2 days, so I am going to get my butt into gear and read that so I can read those two. They are the Barnes & Noble exclusive. They're hardback. They're so pretty. And it technically continues on to the left of it is more series, so I thought it would make sense. We have Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, the second book, The Ballad of Never After. And I'm going to put the third book there, The Curse of True Love, I believe, whatever the third book is called. I'm going to get the Barnes & Noble exclusive. That was the book that I mentioned in the beginning that I'm waiting to buy in store. Heading to Barnes & Noble the day it gets released to buy the pretty edition to match my set. Next to that, we have Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. And yes, I did buy the special edition that was announced, plus Iron Flame, the second book. So that's going to be next to it. I'm gonna make room and put all those together when the time comes. Next to that, we have Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. That as well has the second book that I pre-ordered. It is going to go next to it once it arrives. Next to that is like a mini hardback. So since it was hardback, I thought I would join the rest. Julia Murphy and Sierra Simone. And I also have the second one pre-ordered, so it's going to go next to that. I have a lot of books in this shelf that are coming that this is all going to probably scoot around so they could be displayed on this shelf. We have the Love Light Farm series, which I hear is a Christmas series, so it's next to the Christmas hardback. So we have Love Light Farms by B.K. Borison, In the Weeds, and Mixed Signals. And yes, I know there's a fourth book. It will be there once I buy it as well. The rest of the Christmas books that I own is One Last Gift by Emily Stone, Meet Me Under the Mistletoe by Janie Bayliss, Once Upon a December by Josie Silver, All I Want for Christmas by Maggie Knox. So we have the 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I should put that next to the Dead Romantics, but I don't have room, so we have that there. And then we also have What Happens After Midnight. It should go next to the Summer of Broken Rules, but I'll have to do a reshuffle next time. But I'm just doing it by color, I feel like, on this shelf. Then we have Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer. I love that book. And then next to it, we have Belladonna by Adeline Grace. They both have sprayed edges, so I thought they would look nice next to each other. We have Hooked by Emily McIntyre, Lucy Foley's The Paris Apartment, A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham, and Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. Those are my thriller books. Those are on that shelf. And then we have It Ends With Us and It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover over there at the end. Next, we move on to the bottom shelf. I read each and every one of these books. We have A Thousand Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole, Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. Then we have Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. I also have Wildfire, which is out in the living room. We have The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. See, there is no room to put the 7-Year Slip beside it. We have Daisy Jones and the Six. We have Funny You Should Ask and Once More with Feeling by Alyssa Sussman. We have Every Summer After and Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. Big Summer by Jennifer Weiner. The Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. Colleen Hoover's Reminders of Him. Then we have last year's witchy picks. We have The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Go Hex Yourself by Jessica Clare. Cackle by Rachel Harrison. The X-Hex and the Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling. There's Someone Inside Your House and The Woods Are Always Watching by Stephanie Perkins. And then last we have Verity by Colleen Hoover. While I was organizing my bookshelf, I got my Amazon book order that just came in. So a lot of this is like series to the books that I already have. So that's why I justified buying more books, because they are part of books that I already own. So let's open it up, shall we? Ta-da! I'm just gonna pull everything out one by one. We have The Long Game by Elena Armas. We have The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. Then we have Kingdom of the Feared by Carrie Maniscalco. Then we have Daughter of the Siren Queen by Trisha Levenseller. Then I got From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. So here are the 5 books that I bought during the Amazon Prime Day sale. So I got a new release, I got a book that I've been wanting for a while, 2 books that are part of series that I started that I need to complete my collection with, and then a new fantasy series that I heard so much about. So I got 5 books, and I also still have, whoopsies, I still have 4 books that I'm going to get. I have 2 on the way to me. I have 1 that is pre-ordered, and then I also have 1 that I'm buying at Barnes & Noble. So do love me my book buying. This is why I can't fit anything into my shelves. So let's put these books away now. We have this shelf all done, and I like how it goes from dark all the way to like blues and then yellows, and it looks like such a pretty rainbow. Starting off on this side, we have the new book that I just got in, Olivia Blake's The Atlas 6. Can't wait to read that. Then we have American Queen by Sierra Simone, The Circus Train by Amita Pari. We have the new series that I just got in, Daughter of the Pirate King, and then the second one, which is Daughter of the Siren Queen. We have Kingdom of the Wicked, Kingdom of the Cursed, and Kingdom of the Feared by Carrie Maniscalco. After that, we have a new book that I got at the thrift store, which is The House of the Scorpion by Nancy Farmer. After that, the last black book, we have The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Then we move on to the pretty rainbow shelf. That's out of order, but I did it for the color purposes. I know Witch Please, Boss Witch, and Extra Witchy go together by Anne Aguirre, but it just looks more aesthetically pleasing when it's separated. Am I right? Hope so. Then we have From Bad to Cursed and Back in a Spell by Lana Harper. I'm reading the first book in this witch series. I think it's called Thistle Grove, and I need to get 1 more book to complete the set. Then we have The American Roommate Experiment by Elena Armas. I believe this is like a duology to The Spanish Love Deception, which I read, but I haven't read that one. Then we have the new release, as you just saw me haul it, The Long Game. And then next to it, we have 2 Abby Jimenez books. We have Part of Your World and Yours Truly. And at the end, we have Ali Hazelwood, Love on the Brain, Love Theoretically, and Loathe to Love You, which I feel like is 3 novellas. So now we have my series shelf, as I call it. So at the end, we have the new one, so I'll have to collect those books. We have From Blood and Ash by Jennifer Armentrout. And then we have the Inheritance Game series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. We have the Hawthorne Legacy and the Final Gambit. Next to that series, we have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. Then the second one, Good Girl, Bad Blood. And then the third book, As Good as Dead. Moving on, we have the Twisted series by Anna Huang. We have Twisted Love, Twisted Games, Twisted Hate, and Twisted Lies. After that series, we have the Dreamland Billionaire series. I only have 2. I need to get the third one. So we have The Fine Print and Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. We have Dance of Thieves and Vow of Thieves. And then you have one of the most popular series. You have A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I have A Court of Thorns and Roses, but it's just out in the living room because I'm currently reading it for my book club. A Court of Mist and Fury, A Court of Wings and Wooing, A Court of Frost and Starlight, and A Court of Silver Flames. So that is my series shelf. Then we have the bottom shelf, which I still have room so I can put the books that are coming in the mail. So let's start it off. Next, we have Lizzie Blake's Best Mistake by Maisie Eadings. After that, we have Christina Lauren's Something Wilder. We have a Tessa Bailey duo, Secretly Yours and Unfortunately Yours. Another duo beside it, Set on You by Amy Lee and X's and O's. We have Punk 57 by Penelope Douglas. Next to that, we have Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldry. We have two of my Colleen Hoover books, November 9th and Layla. We have the most popular book talk book, The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Still haven't read it. We have Olivia Dade's Spoiler Alert and another Tessa Bailey, My Killer Vacation. And then we have two My Policeman copies by Bethan Roberts. One of them's just the standard copy and the other one has Harry Styles on the cover. Next to that, we have We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. We have Love and Gelato series, whatever this is called, by Jenna Evan Walsh. And I haven't read Love and Luck and Love and Olives yet. And then we have Boyfriend Material and Husband Material by Alexis Hall. And there you have it. That is all the books in my bookshelf here in my bedroom. I still have more books in the living room. That is my whole entire bookshelf and the organization. Now I can show you all the books that I have in my living room. Now for my living room bookshelf with more books that I own. I have some Halloween decorations, but since you can't see the books, I'll take it down for a second. A few more down here for my witch TBR that I'm working on. So we're just gonna start here. Gonna do by Avery Flynn, What the Hex by Jessica Clare, A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon by Sarah Hawley, Not Your Ex's Hexes by April Asher, Payback's a Witch by Lana Harper, and The Witch Haven by Sasha Payton Smith. We move up here, so we have some of my like annotating supplies and my DVD collection since it's right next to the TV. We have the Caraval trilogy, so we have Caraval, Legendary, and Finale by Stephanie Garber. That is next on my TBR, so that's why it's here. And then we have these three books that I just finished, the vampire TBR that I had. My Blind Date is a Vampire by Daphne Bloom, When Life Gives You Vampires by Gloria Duke, and Court of the Vampire Queen by Katie Robert. Next to that, we have Wildfire by Hannah Grace. I told you I had it. Maybe Meant to Be by K.L. Walther. Those two are new. The Witch Hunt by Sasha Payton Smith, which is the second book to the book that I just showed you. After that, we have In My Dreams, I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead. And then next to that, we have my series. We have the Chestnut Spring series. So I have Flawless, Heartless, Powerless, and Reckless by Elsie Silver. Yes, Hopeless is coming in the mail. It's going to be here hopefully next week. And then we have the Addicted series / Calloway Sister series next to it. I believe I'm missing 3 more books out of this series, so as soon as they're released, I'll buy them. But we have Addicted to You, Ricochet, Addicted for Now, Kiss the Sky, Hot House Flower, Thrive, and Addicted After All by Krista and Becca Ritchie. So we have that shelf with all of my books. This is my TBR shelf at the moment. That is what my shelf out here in the living room looks like. So I have some sneaky books over here. I just got these, or they're not as pretty to be displayed, with my dad's train on display. So I have 2 Stephen King books, Pet Sematary and Lisa's Story. We have more books that I got on like free libraries and thrifting them, so that is what that looks like. And there you have it. That is every single book that I own currently as I'm filming this. Quite a lot. I do not know how many. I did not count, but I will put my counter right here of how many books I actually own. I'd love to know how many books you have in your home library. I know you have to have 1,000 and I'm probably far from it. I don't even know how many the number was. So out of those, I don't know how many are on my physical TBR. That's going to be another video, so you'll see that now that everything's all organized and pretty and I know which ones that I've read and which ones I haven't. I can do like what's on my physical TBR and how many. So that was a long chatty video. I do hope you enjoyed watching my entire bookshelf tour and every single book that I own. I will link everything that I mentioned down below. I'll try my best to link. I can't link every single book. I know that. I probably could, but I'm not gonna spend my time doing that. But like the bookshelves, a few of the decor pieces if I can, like maybe some of my favorite books I will link. So if they are down below, they were special enough to be mentioned. If you want to follow me anywhere else on any of my social medias, I have Book Talk and I also have Bookstagram, so those will be linked. I believe that is it for this long chatty book video. I do hope you enjoyed watching. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye everyone!